We are now ready to finish up the installation and configuration of our C5DK Blog package. This tutorial is about making Concrete5 aware of the C5DK Blog. So let's head over to the dashboard to prepare the blog. We need to go to the C5DK Blog dashboard page. Here, we are going to set up our blog root page. The blog root page is where all our blog pages will be placed. As explained here in the yellow bar, no blog roots has yet been created. The simplest way to do this is to click on the Add Blog Root button. You will now see a sitemap of your site, and you simply choose the page you want as blog root. We already decided to use the C5DK blog page under our demonstration page. When you have chosen your blog root, you just need to click the Save button. You will now be back on the blog roots page, and you will see the new created blog route page on your site. Here you can see the title and the path to the blog route. But you are also able to choose which user groups that will be allowed to blog under this route. You can choose multiple user groups, and even the administrators need to be added here to be allowed to blog. But for this demonstration we only add the newly created blog users group. You also need to choose the page type which will be used for this blog route, and we will of course choose our newly created C5DK blog English page type. The topic field is at the moment not populated. You will need to go to both the system and settings page, and the pages and themes page to add this functionality. We decided to add this functionality in another tutorial, because of the rather complex procedure, setting up the topic system. And also because some users might not want to use the topic system after all. So, right now we are finished setting up our blog. We just need to save our settings. It is of course possible to add multiple blog routes, because the C5DK blog package is both multi-user and a multi-blog system. Let's get back to the front end to finish up the blog root page. Let's find the blog demonstration page in the menu here at the top. First we need to add a block that enables us to control the blog system from the front end. This is a block supplied by our package. The block is called the blog button. We are going to place it here in the top of the sidebar. We just need to style it up a bit, making a little space at the bottom. As you see, the blog button doesn't show a lot. This is because the blog button is only visible to users with blogging permissions. We also need to add a page list. This page list will show a list of our blogs when they are written, so let's add a page list. We will just quickly set up the page list. There is not a de facto standard to set this up, so this example is just how we are going to set it up for this demonstration. But remember to let the page list look for your blog page type, and as explained earlier, we have not added topics to our blog yet. This list will show all blogs. And we will let other blogs filter this page list. And we will enable pagination for the list. We only want the list to look for blog pages beneath this page. And we always want the last in the top of the list. We are not going to add a RSS feed at the moment. But, we want to see the page name. And of course the page description. We also want to show the public date for the blog page. And of course we want to show our thumbnail. You can write a title for the page list, but it's not necessary. But we will do it in this demonstration. And last, we will write a message shown when no blogs is present. We are now ready to add the page list to the page. At first, it do not look like much. But that will come when we begin to write in our blog. We are now finished with this simple demonstration blog route page. So let's publish the changes. We now only have one last thing to do, namely adding our blog button to the blog page type we created earlier. So let's head over to the design page of the standard layout of our blog page type, where we are going to edit the defaults. Remember, you can only edit the defaults page as super administrator, admin. So, let's add the blog button from our package. We are going to place it at the top of the sidebar, just above the thumbnail. And, let's add a little space between our button and the thumbnail. This is sometimes a little tricky, especially when we are working with a super sensitive mouse. And as explained before, the button will only be visible for users with blogging permissions. We are now finished, and we will head over to the front end of our site, to test our new installed blog package. Let's start with signing out, and then sign in as a blog user. We are going to log in as the blog user we created in an earlier tutorial. And because this user is not an administrator, there is no Concrete5 editor bar. Let's jump to the blog route demonstration page. And as this user is allowed to blog, the blog button is now visible. So, let's click the button to start to blog. The blog editor page is fairly simple, and we start to give our blog a title. As we write, you will see a little number counting down. This is done to help the blogger to accommodate the SEO rules of Google. We have added this functionality to both the title and the description field. By this, your blogs will always be SEO friendly. A meta title should never be more than 70 characters, and the meta description should never be longer than 156 characters. Let's write the description. As you see, the character counters kept above 0, so we should now be good to go. It is now time to write our blog. And maybe add a picture. Let's start with a headline. And then some lorem ipsum text for the demonstration. We have made it possible to embed both pictures and video to the blog. For this demonstration, we will only add a picture. Let's click the Image Manager button. We have designed the blog system, so every blog user will have his or her own image library. And the blog users will not be allowed to access the Concrete5 file manager. So, let's upload an image from our computer. The image is now accessible from the image manager. Just click on the image to insert it in your blog. If you now click on the image, you will be able to change some properties for the image. Underneath the blog content, you will be able to add some tags. We will not do this for this demonstration. The last thing we need to do before publishing the blog is to add a thumbnail. Click the select button and choose an image. You are now able to crop out part of the image for your thumbnail. Just place and resize the thumbnail field on the image, and you are done. This feature is kind of unique for our blog package, and we think it adds a cool tool for your blog. We are now finished writing our blog, but before publishing it, let's just repeat what we did. We wrote a title and a description. We wrote our blog content. We could add tags. And we were able to crop our thumbnail. Now, let's publish our new blog. As you see here, our blog page type has now been filled out with the content of our newly written blog. And you can see here that the blog button now also gives the possibility to add a new blog, edit this blog page and delete this page. When you click the edit button, we are simply taken back to the blog editor, and you are able to change what you want. So, this is it. We have now installed and tested our C5DK blog package, and as you see, there is almost nothing to it. Let's go back to the blog list page, to say the list populated with our new blog. The page list is now showing the title, publishing date, description and our thumbnail. We are now finished writing our first blog, and I just want to show you a few extra things. So, let's sign out. And sign in again as administrator. But before we do that, I would like to show you the public page of the blog. So, let's head over to the blog root page. You will now see that our blog button has disappeared. So no one will be able to access the blog system while signed out. You will also see a little number in the menu here on the left sidebar. This is a little neat feature from their Supermint theme. Our C5DK blog package goes nicely hand in hand with this theme. And as you see here on the blog page, it is actually quite easy to design a great page type for your blog in Concrete5 version 5.7. Let's now finish up some last small settings for our C5DK blog package. Let's sign in as administrator again. Let's go to the C5DK blog dashboard page. We are all finished setting up our blog root page. And it's tested okay, but we also have a settings page that has some interesting things. You will here be able to configure the size of pictures that is uploaded by blog users. We have added some functionality that will downsize uploaded images that is too big to fit a web page. By that, a blogger will not occupy a lot of precious server space. It is always a good idea to set this number to the largest width, where your images will be shown on your site. The thumbnail save size will also give you a lot of flexibility to adjust the thumbnail size to fit your web page design. We have set this default to 360 by 360 pixels to fit most situations, but you can always change this. Let's just one more time go back to the blog routes settings page. As explained earlier, we did not activate the topics for this demonstration. So if you want to know more about this, you will find another tutorial video on this page that will explain this in detail. But for now, we are finished setting up our C5DK blog package. And we have tried to explain every bit of the way to install and set up a great blog experience for you. We really hope that this will help you to only concentrate on blogging, or for that matter, be able to let others blog on your website. That is what this is all about. Giving everybody a great blogging experience, and give you a great toolbox to design your blog site. So, from Concrete5 Denmark, thanks for watching. See you on the next tutorial.